You are listening to Skin, Earth, Vitality, the podcast where ancient wisdom meets modern vitality. If you are seeking to reconnect with your innate vibrancy, you're in the right place. I'm Emily Davis, a seasoned holistic esthetician and herbalist. Join me as we unlock the secrets of ancient skincare practices, explore the beauty of seasonal and nature-based living, herbalism, and true holistic well-being for you and the broader ecosystem. This podcast is brought to you by Stratum Aesthetics. Head to stratumaesthetics.com to find curated skincare, body care, and other wellness products hand-selected by me. Now enjoy the show. Welcome in. Today is a quickie, but I wanted to just give an introduction today to the theme of the summer, which is all about ingredient literacy. I want to take different ingredients each week and break them down so that you understand why they're in a product and to help you, decode ingredient labels more effectively with more confidence. But even more than decoding an ingredient label, because that's not all there is to understanding a product, I want to just give you some more confidence about how to approach a brand and how you can know that a brand is really there to support your skin and it's not just like a marketing company that happens to have a skincare line, which I see so often, regardless of it being a professional product or an over-the-counter product. It's very common. And so my intention is to give you a little bit more education so that you can feel more empowered. This podcast is made for both consumers who want to get in touch more deeply with their skin through this education that hopefully inspires embodiment, but also education for my fellow estheticians. Whether you're just beginning to get curious about what's in your skincare, or you've been mixing your own masks for years, or you're a seasoned esthetician, these episodes are designed to stretch your knowledge and ground you in the why behind your products, and then also offer you something that you can actually use, like some actionable tips and advice. I've got a couple of bigger courses in the works that are taking a bit more time to bloom than originally intended. So think of this summer series as a nourishing little prelude to that. I feel so passionate about helping people decode ingredient labels and understand ingredients because we have learned to read our food labels, right? We can now look at it and be like, okay, red dye number 40 or natural flavors or high fructose corn syrup or whatever. We can look at those ingredients and know that's probably not going to support my health desires or goals, I guess. In my ideal world, people can do that with their skincare also, because skincare doesn't just sit on top of our skin. Some of it does, but some of it penetrates and some of it actually absorbs into our bloodstream. So we have ingredients that just sit on the surface. They're called occlusive ingredients, and they create a physical layer on top of the skin. So they're not going deep into the skin. They're acting more as protection. They're like a raincoat sitting on top of your skin to lock in moisture. So this is like the reason for beeswax being in a balm, because it's going to solidify that balm so it can act as that raincoat over the surface of the skin and keep moisture in the form of water within the skin. But then we do have things that penetrate the skin. So ingredients that are smaller in molecular size or are formulated in a way that allows them to work through the top layers, the upper layers of our skin. And this is where we get most skincare activity, like the ingredients like niacinamide, peptides, alpha hydroxy acids, sometimes herbal extracts. So these are delivering benefits into the upper skin cells, but they're not necessarily entering the bloodstream, but still doing something on the skin. And then we also have ingredients that absorb. And so these are ingredients that cross the dermal epidermal junction and enter deeper layers of the skin or even the bloodstream. So this can be things like essential oils, synthetic fragrances, some chemical UV filters, parabens, phthalates, some forms of retinol. And so this is why skin literacy becomes really important, because now we're talking about full body exposure, not just how it's affecting your skin specifically. And it's not just about what an ingredient is or how it's interacting with the physical skin. I also think it's about how an ingredient is grown. Regenerative farming is so hot right now, and it's becoming much more popular within the skincare world. And it's definitely something very important to me, because regenerative farming is going to be giving back to the land and is actually grown in harmony with the land. And this is like actual environmentalism versus a lot of performative environmentalism that is so rampant in the green community. But fresh, minimally processed plants hold a different vitality than an isolated compound that's stripped of its inherent complexity in a lab. An ingredient can technically be quote unquote clean, but also energetically dead. And that really matters to me, because your skin is alive and your body is perceptive to energy. It can feel the difference between living inputs and synthetic ones, between something that supports your system and something that creates static. Ingredient literacy isn't just about reading the label, it's about recognizing life force. The whole reason that I put this summer theme together is because when you understand the ingredients in your skincare, you're no longer at the mercy of marketing claims or influencer hype or even professional opinions, including mine. You shift from being a passive consumer to an active participant in your skin's care, in your body's care. And so much of this industry is built on dependence on products, on professionals, protocols that promise transformation but keep you disconnected from your own wisdom. And I believe that skin health isn't about handing over your power. And so that's why so much of my work is all about education. It's not about telling you what to think. I really want to support you in learning how to think more critically, more intuitively, more holistically about your skin. And ingredient literacy, the way that I want to talk about it, isn't about just like memorizing chemical names. It's more so about discernment and being able to look at a label and say, is this aligned with what I know about my skin, my values, and what supports me in a real way? And when you have that lens, you do not have to chase trends. It's so freeing. You can instead make choices from a place of clarity and not feel confused. It's like you get to understand this language of your skin alongside the language of cosmetic chemistry. And the other thing is it helps you be a little bit more patient with the process of skin healing, because you know what a product is doing, you know how your skin is responding, and that way you're not just out there chasing quick fixes in the form of product lines. There's a couple of really popular product lines, Face Reality and Clear Stem, which I often see clients getting quick results from, followed by several months later, their skin having a total freak out because it just trashed their barrier. So of course, I'm always looking at something from the lens of barrier integrity. And so we'll be talking about that with the ingredients, how they affect the microbiome, how they affect those supportive lipids on the surface of the skin. If you have any specific ingredients that you would like me to cover, please reach out to me and tell me. I'll be getting into different earth-based ingredients like seaweed and herbs like marshmallow and things along this line and how they affect the skin, as well as lab-based ingredients like hyaluronic acid and retinol, but I'll be doing this from my holistic lens. So if you do have one that you want to hear about, reach out to me on Instagram, send me an email. I will put those in the show notes, and I cannot wait to hang out with you this summer and chat ingredients. I'll be back next week, and until then, be well. You've been listening to Skin, Earth, Vitality. If you like what you heard today, consider giving me a 5-star rating. It helps other people just like you to find the show. You can shop products and find all of my offerings on my website, stratumaesthetics.com, and follow me on my social channels at Stratum Aesthetics.